Okay, now we just need to fill out your dating bio.
Modern dating is already filled with challenges and stress, but Eternights kicks things up a notch by throwing in one extra problem: the apocalypse. This ambitious debut title from Studio Sai promises an intense action RPG mixed with a steamy dating sim. And after sitting down with a 90-minute hands-on preview, I was left wanting a second date.
The last date I was on was 800 years ago.
The story of Eternights is a tale as old as time. Boy makes dating app profile, boy matches with girl, boy and girl attempt to go on a first date, and that date is interrupted by horribly disfigured monsters. Okay, maybe it's not such a classic tale, but honestly that's one of the many things that drew me into the game in the first place. I've played dating sims, I've played RPGs, I've played RPGs with dating, but Eternights still feels like it's striking new ground. With beautifully animated 2D cutscenes, some killer art direction, and a striking soundtrack, the overall presentation of the game makes it feel like you're playing through the latest hit anime. And even though you're tackling the end of the world, the game doesn't take itself too seriously. It's filled with a lot of genuinely funny moments, many of which leaned into the more risque tones of the game. Some folks might feel like these jokes are a little too inappropriate or just simply grasping at low-hanging fruit, but all of it feels perfectly at home in the romance genre.
We stole a lot of porn from my grandpa. You need to be more specific.
In my time with the game, I never actually went on any dates, and there may not even be any real dates in the game, at least not as we know them from other dating sims.
First off, please address me as Aria and not Drone Lady.
I did get to spend some time with one of the romanceable characters, Yuna, mostly via short conversations on a train, which served as a sort of resting place between action sequences. These chats were brief, but did eventually lead to a longer, more heartfelt moment between the two of us. It's also clear that Eternights is not afraid to dip into some steamier scenes with its romantic lineup, so if you're looking to add a little spice to your apocalyptic love life, you'll want to make sure you max out your relationship with your chosen partner.
You didn't see anything, right? Actually, don't answer that.
Beyond deciding which romance option is the most kissable, your choice of companion will also impact your playstyle. Certain ability upgrades are locked behind relationship levels with different characters. Personally, I'm not a fan of this choice as it may force you to pursue a relationship with a character you're not really interested in, just to maintain your chosen combat style. This might have been an attempt to make your choices feel more impactful, but your companions already have their own special abilities that you can use in combat, which made my choice feel impactful enough on its own. Yuna, for example, was able to heal me in combat, and trailers show off other characters with both offensive and defensive capabilities. The inclusion of companions in combat really helped flesh out what is already a fun and fluid combat system, and really helps tie together the romance and RPG aspects of the game.
I'll just take a picture for later.
A lot of the combat in my playthrough revolved around chaining sword strike combos together to charge up special abilities and stuns. The skill tree I had access to also granted some additional power moves that helped keep everything fresh. The game's dodge and parry system should feel at home to fans of hack-and-slash combat. For example, landing a perfect dodge causes time to slow down briefly, allowing you to get the drop on your enemies. The animation to cue the perfect dodge timing was a red flash, which can sometimes get lost amongst the other bright and flashy moves of basic combat. It would be nice to have this cue stand out a little bit better. Some of the power moves also feature short QuickTime events, and while there are difficulty settings, I didn't see any options to disable these. Overall, however, the combat was fast, challenging, and a lot of fun. I always found myself excited to encounter a pack of enemies who, by the way, were surprisingly grotesque and would easily fit right into Silent Hill. Sadly, the enemies and combat sequences were one of the only exciting things I found in the one dungeon I got to explore. There were a few fun puzzle sequences, and the world looks great, but mostly the map just felt empty. Really hoping for some resources or other collectibles that can be found as you explore different areas.
Hey, the world is ending, but at least we can make popcorn.
Despite whatever complaints I might have, Eternights offered plenty to fall in love with during my preview. There's humor, heart, challenge, and a beautifully creepy world to explore, all fueled by an intriguing fantasy story. Whether you're looking to beat up some monsters or fall into the anime romance of your dreams, you're going to want to swipe right on the game when it releases this September.
Survive first, then we'll talk.
Subscribe and follow for more on Eternights and other indie titles. Thanks for watching.